Well, hello, hello, and thank you guys for joining us on another episode of A Sister's Trust. So, we're really excited to be here. I got Mr. Demetra here so we can see how our walk of life with this vegan challenge been going. How you doing, Demetra?
I'm doing good.
It's
Doing
always good
good.
to see
Look, got
you.
on my teal, my black and teal. That's
And
the
what do that
Jaguars.
mean?
The Jaguars are in the playoffs, and they won their first playoff game last night. So
Mhm.
I'm repping Duval with these
Okay,
colors, the black and the teal.
okay. So is that football or basketball?
Football.
Okay,
Yep.
all right. Is
Yep.
that like is that college or professional?
Professional. The NFL Jacksonville Jaguars is the professional football team here in Jacksonville. And they surprisingly surprised everybody because nobody expected. Over the years, they're one of the youngest teams in the league, but they've been in the league for a while since I've been in Jacksonville,
Okay.
but they have not had many winning seasons. So they really have shocked everybody by actually making it into the playoffs.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So was the game in Jacksonville?
The game was in Jacksonville last night. Yep, I didn't go to the game. I think my youngest brother went, but I didn't go to the game. But I
Okay.
did watch it on TV, and I
Oh.
was rooting those Jaguars on and
Mm-hmm.
yelling Duval.
Okay. Well, you probably had the best seat because I'm sure it was cold today when I went outside, so I'm sure it probably would have been pretty cold.
Oh, it was cold last night. Yep. It's
But you got
over 70,000 people, but they said it was very cold. It was very cold last night.
okay, all right. Well, you
Yeah.
got your own
So.
personal seat. You could have snacks when you get ready. Stand in the restroom line. I mean, you can't beat that. And
Exactly.
your team won, and now you got your colors on.
Exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, we've been working on this vegan challenge. So how's it been
Mhm.
going for you?
It's been going. Look, I'm making it.
So going as in like so, or has it been hard, or what's going on?
Well, it's been challenging in that I know personally, probably at the end of the 30 or 90 days or however we go, I'll probably be a is it pescatarian?
Pescatarian, the one that
Pescatarian, yeah. Yeah, because I know I'm probably gonna want well, I know I'll have to graduate to being a complete vegan, no meat at all, because I'm still gonna love fish and chicken in certain ways because I have an ex-client of mine that is Caribbean,
okay.
and she has offered to teach me how to cook Caribbean food,
Oh,
which I'm just like, oh my God,
the
it's
required.
like the worst time to offer that, right?
Mhm.
Because I'm going through this. But I think for me, that's probably what I'll end up being. I'm learning, but this is also a learning process. While
Right,
you challenge yourself anyway,
right.
you learn about yourself, whether you want to or not.
Mhm.
So I'm saying to myself, at the end of this, look, I'm gonna learn some Caribbean, how to cook some Caribbean food,
Mhm.
and they eat a lot of fish. They throw
Okay.
fish up in there, they throw chicken up in there. So, and I'll probably, at least that's low in calories, and you get your protein. It's not completely vegan, it's pescatarian, like you said, right?
Right, right.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think I could probably do that. So,
Mhm. Well, I
but yeah, so it's been
think
challenging. It's been
yeah.
not that challenging as far as, but a little challenging, because the challenging thing is finding different recipes that are vegan.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And then there's a cost that comes with it, is that I'm learning also too.
Mhm.
It costs to be healthy, completely healthy like that.
Yeah.
But
That's
it is.
that's true. Because I know when we talked before,
Mhm.
you were saying, clarifying that being a vegan, it isn't that it's just that they're getting rid of eating all the animal products, right?
Right.
The eggs and the,
Which
butter, probably milk and stuff like that.
right.
But we noticed that they still eat potato chips. They eat all this stuff that just ain't got no meat. So
Right.
if you're trying to be a vegan and lose some weight, or you just want to get rid of meat out of your body to make that change. So it's different aspects of what are we trying to do.
Right.
I was going more for it. If I'm gonna do all this, I need to lose weight with it. So I've been really sticking to the fruits and vegetables. So that was what I
Mm-hmm.
was doing that's different.
Mm-hmm.
And I had already said I'm not spending a lot of money just to be eating stuff because we need to be to a point of we eating to live and
Right,
not just living to eat up everything. You know,
right,
you get the
right,
fish you eat, you
right.
get fat or whatever you eat or whatever,
Mm-hmm,
getting away for those different types of routines.
mm-hmm,
And I know for me, well, first of all, let me just say, as of today,
mm-hmm.
I lost 26 pounds.
Wow.
6
Amazing.
pounds. It's gonna be 2 weeks tomorrow that
Wow.
we've
That's
been.
amazing.
Cause
That's
you know
amazing.
what? Yes, I've been going through these different symptoms, like your body being like you get tired and drained. The other day I was trying to, cause I like my house to look a certain way. Like I like to clean up,
Mm-hmm,
want to mop a little bit. I might want to just put up all the dishes. But
mm-hmm.
really, it's like I couldn't get there. I was trying to do all this stuff, and my energy was down. And even my husband noticed that my energy was down. He was like, "Okay, you go have a seat for a second." He put up all the stuff I was trying to
Oh,
do.
your energy was down.
Yeah, it was like down, like
Right.
and then you get like this taste in your mouth. Wherein I had that before when I was doing the water fast. I think
Yeah.
your body is detoxing, and if you don't,
Yeah.
I learned you got to put a piece of something in your mouth. Like I had already made those lentil beans a little bit, so I ate a little
Okay.
bit of that because I think it's also your
Mm-hmm.
body started missing that protein that it used to have.
Right.
But I'm saying I'm very aware
Yeah.
that got to be a little bit of something at that time put in, but I'm not going to mess it all up and start over from the beginning. Because far I'm concerned,
Mm-hmm.
my body got a lot of it can work on what it got, so it just
Right.
have to work that out for itself. And I ain't gonna mess up my calories, but
Right.
so I've been doing that, and then like last night I bought some you know them like red hots, the little like people buy what is it, the butterscotch and the little red hot candies. Well, I bought some of those and I put that in my mouth and it changed the feel because it's like when you feel like that, it makes your whole body feel sick
Mm-hmm.
until you put something in. So I said, okay, I'm gonna buy, yep, some candy. And so,
These are
oh, you
these
got
are Ricola drops. These are herbal drops. It's not
okay.
they're
Oh,
not candy, but they're herbal drops. Ricola. I have been eating these quite a bit when your mouth tastes funny
yeah,
because you're not
yeah.
eating as much as you're used to eating, or you're cutting back on certain things. Well, the energy drop probably has to do with the lack of protein,
Right,
but
right.
that's when. But you can get protein from what I'm learning,
But
other
I was
than
for
from
beans
meat.
and stuff, right? So
Yeah.
so that's why I
That's what
started,
it's normally, your body's used to getting it from meat. So
right.
then when you take that away, of course, your body's going to respond and
Mhm.
say, hey, what are you doing? You know?
And see, that's why I said, I knew that in my mind that it's doing
Mm,
that. And I didn't want to like mess it up. Like, you get that sickness, you feel like, well, let me go put a whole bunch of something in to kind of soothe that. But I said, nope, I got me a little bit of my little beans and stuff. And so I've been pre-making me stuff. Like I made some greens, I made
mhm.
some lentil beans, I got some black eyed peas stuff just in my,
Yeah.
so that can always pull it out and I'm gonna be able to microwave and all that kind of,
Yes.
you know.
Yes.
And so it's like having like I really see that preparation is good for this what we doing. Because if you don't have no preparation and you got to go try to cook something, like you just mentally challenged. Like that one day
Yeah.
I got on there and I was mentally challenged, but I lost at least 16 pounds worth. But I'm trying to stay focused, and then I get like this, you walking, but you could feel the weakness and everything. So it's like my one friend was like, okay, you got to still listen to your body. So I'm listening
Right.
to my
Yeah.
body.
Mm-hmm.
But I know my body got enough nutrition inside, or however you say it, to kind of
Mm-hmm.
still take care. I'm not gonna like actually faint, but I'm just gonna listen to my body and say, okay, let me get a little bit of this. Because I know we said Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday is our cook days. And then
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, we kind of do a more raw. But that one day,
That's been a challenge for me. I'll
okay.
admit that. I mean, I'm just trying to keep the meat out, right? And
Mm-hmm.
trying to remember, okay, is it a cook day or a cold day? Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think I said last week that I wasn't going to like stress over that part.
Right, right.
Just try to, keep the meat out as much as possible. And now what I've noticed is instead of the meat, I've like you've been strictly with the fruits and vegetables, which is
Yeah.
great. I haven't been strictly with the fruits and vegetables. I have had other stuff to fill in that I shouldn't have eaten, like potato chips,
Mm-hmm. Oh,
which is technically you can eat that as a
yeah,
vegan. Yeah,
right.
potato chips aren't good for anybody,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's like open, empty calories. There's nothing good that you're gonna get out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I gotta work on that.
Mhm.
Beans are good Lord. Oh my God. I don't know. I've never eaten so many beans in my life. Beans have become my friend.
Okay.
Yeah, beans. I've eaten a lot of beans and green. Like I prepared some collard greens too,
Mhm.
before. So I've had collard greens quite a bit.
Mhm.
Uh, but I did pick up some other vegetables as well too. I like the broccoli and cauliflower and the carrots. I think it's a California blend.
Mhm.
Then that I am doing more I am doing my fruit as a snack
Okay.
instead of,
Was that
you
a
know, I have to,
was that a
instead
pear?
of grabbing potato chips.
Oh, okay. Was that a pear that you just showed? Was that a pear?
Yes, I have some sitting in front of me.
No,
I
and
have
them things
pears,
taste pretty good because I'm not no crazy
mangoes.
fruit person. Yes, I got a
Hmm.
few in my refrigerator right now. And what I'm
Really,
noticing too, I think my stomach is shrinking because
I'm
pretty much
sure it is.
every morning I get up and
Uh,
I put probably about this much water, probably like 5 ice cubes. I cut up a banana, no matter what size it is.
hmm
My little, it's like a little hand push blender thing.
hmm
And I bought, if I didn't put the fresh, I've been buying the frozen fruit. And so I'll get like just a little bit and I put it in,
Yep.
blend that thing. And it's so thick, just like a regular milkshake.
Right.
I'm not even finishing. I'm noticing I'm not even finishing. So when I stopped drinking just to be drinking. So I said, okay, I
Mm.
guess I'm done with that. And like today, I drunk it. It went even halfway, and I took
Okay.
a banana. So when I get out of church, I could have something to eat. Well, I
Hmm.
started chewing the banana. My brain was like, "You don't even want this banana." And then it got like I said halfway. I just folded up the little peel, and left.
hmm
When I got home, I threw the rest of the banana in the garbage. You know,
Wow.
I think it's starting to make my body just automatically just stop eating. And I don't
Right.
think it's because of the stuff, how it's working in my body, how I already been feeling and stuff. It's doing something to me inside. I
Did you get the protein I should have showed. I actually have some up there in my shakes. And so I do the frozen fruit, a banana, you
Mhm,
know, ice, and I'll do almond milk instead of water because it just gives it a little bit more taste to me. And
mhm,
the almond milk is non-dairy.
mhm.
So, but I'll put a scoop of
Okay.
protein shake mix in it to
Mhm,
kind of help because see your body craves is going to crave certain things and certain things that it needs and it does need protein.
mhm,
So if you don't get it in meat, you got to get it in something
mhm,
because your body that's gonna, you know, like you said, well, my energy was down away. Well, yeah, because your body is craving certain things that maybe it's not getting, whereby before where you were eating meat, it was getting the protein from that meat that you were eating.
mhm.
So now you're not eating meat. So it's saying I need to get it from somewhere. Look,
Yeah.
if I don't get some protein in my body, then you're gonna feel the way you're feeling.
Mhm.
That's what your body is saying. So a
It's sure
protein,
been talking.
huh?
I said, it's sure been talking too.
Yeah. That's basically what your body is saying. Like you said, you know, your energy felt a little down. Yeah, but I mean, our body for some we need protein.
Mhm.
Okay, but if that doesn't mean that we have to get it in meat, however, we can
Right.
get it in a protein shake. You can throw, you know, I think you said you had gotten some of that or that
Well,
you're
I
doing
do have some, and I do have some stuff sitting in there. But I guess because I didn't really think about doing it because I was just
use
focusing
it.
on the fruit and the fruit stuff. You know how you get on a tangent.
Right.
And as you learn better, you could do better. And well,
Yep.
also Rick, our friend, he don't
Mm-hmm.
bring me something from Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
It's some kind of drink.
Yep.
Got all your vitamins in. You're supposed to take a capful a day. So I'm looking forward to taking that.
Thinking that right.
It's a liquid that I can just get rid of it. And then he done bought another some other kind of food processor thing because he be processing his little celery, drinking a whole thing of celery juice in the morning, keeping
Mm-hmm.
all the vitamins and all this stuff. And now I got
Mm-hmm.
something else that you could actually use more of the celery because the other one kind of shreds it, where the
Okay.
kind of compress it so you use more
Juice
of
it.
the item. Yeah.
Right.
So he got that. So we got a new machine with that. So I'll try that out and see how that.
Yes. Yes.
I've been excited because you remember how we just came off our cruise. Well, with him, we made a bet. If I can lose them 30 pounds,
Uh-huh.
you have to give me $150. I worked hard, but when it got 2 weeks before the cruise, I was thinking, am I gonna make it? I saw it one day. I told him, I said, you know what? Let me just pay you in advance. And he was like, no, you still got 2 weeks.
So he was trying to do the 30 pounds too?
No, it was just for me. I think it was just to encourage me.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay, so here's the thing. I
Uh,
just was gonna lose the 30 pounds, right?
okay, Okay.
He was gonna have to pay me $150 when I lose the 30 pounds.
Okay. And if you
Right?
didn't lose it,
If I didn't lose it, I had to give him 150, and so
oh,
we
okay.
at the restaurant Harris.
Gotcha.
So when
Okay.
it got 2 weeks coming,
Uh-huh.
I was getting tired. I said, let me just pay you in advance. Because I didn't want to think about it every day no more. That's what that was. You know, like,
Right.
I'm thinking about these pounds, and let me just pay it. This whole idea will be over. And
Yeah.
so he said, well, no, you got 2 weeks. So I know it really wasn't about the money for him. It was really, he was just encouraging me and giving me this money, right? Because he could have took his 150 and run. Well, I got 30 pounds up. Don't even talk about where they went. I don't even know. So anyway, but I'm excited about this because I done got 26 pounds, and tomorrow is 2 weeks.
Wow.
Right? Just in 2 weeks. And so even though I've been sick, it's like I look in the mirror like, it's almost like you give up one thing for the other. It's like, coming off like I want to. Why can't you just not be sick? You know? So I guess I programmed my mind, okay, this is just a stage I'm gonna be going through. I'm gonna get over it. If I feel like something going on, I'm gonna just try to eat something.
Right.
But
why were you sick?
Good, you know,
Why were you sick though?
I'm sick because, because I think because I'm not getting the proteins. You know, I'm talking about, like we saying.
Oh, you're sick because of that?
Oh. Yeah, because I got the taste going. So then I clean my mouth, brush my teeth, do the whole mouthwash thing. But like I said, I picked that candy up because I think just like when when your feet hurt,
yeah,
it makes your whole body hurt. Your body might not really be hurting, but it just like your body hurts because your feet hurt because, without your feet, you can't do nothing. It's been that same type of effect. But it's like even when I'm walking around, it seems like I'm like sometimes holding on something because I feel like the energy was gone. So when I ate me a little bit of lentil beans or something, it seemed like it put something in.
That put something back into you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to do is have all that stuff, prepared. So it'd be like my go-to. And also taste good at the same time,
Right.
And so that's what I've been trying to do. And I'm here today. Like I felt really good in the morning. Then I was thinking, well, do I feel worse after I take my medicine or what's going on? Like I was better. And then after that, so I'm going to figure it out.
Yes.
But I think with just making sure I have some beans every now and then, a little bit of potato or something like that, it's going to balance me.
Oh, and I do nuts too. That, but you say you're not doing no nuts, but nuts are actually good.
I'm greedy. I'm too greedy for that kind of stuff.
Okay. Okay. Because you couldn't do a handful or two?
Oh, yeah.
Just a handful or two.
Yeah. In my office right now, where we at, see the good nuts?
Oh, yeah. Are those cashews?
No, I can't have, I'm allergic to cashews, but these are the glazed pecans.
I love those things. Oh my God.
And I love 2 for 1 at Publix, right?
Right.
But
I love those. So the pecans themselves are not bad for you. It's the glaze that tastes so good. It's the sugar.
I can't have no glaze. That's the whole point. It got to be tasting good, sweet, and sugar. I am a sugar person. That's why I can eat icing. That's why I'm at where I'm at right now.
Okay.
On top of my body take forever to burn down, through being sick and different things happen, like I don't like the food is gonna help me probably get where I need to be so I can where I can do, right? And get my ankles better and all that kind of stuff. So I need that food to take over for probably where people exercise or kill themselves or whatever, like what is it, starve yourself to death. But I'm excited because I think these fruits, it's some kind of way that this stuff works together, so it's helping to burn stuff quicker because it's almost like I'm losing 2 pounds a day. I noticed that I could be at one level and then like on that cook day, if I wake up on the cook day and I weigh myself, right, say for instance, about 2 pounds. The next day, which is the fruit day, I wake up, well, my pounds might still be in the same place because I had that cook day, right?
Right.
So then when I go the next day, because I had the fruit day, I already lost 2 more pounds.
Okay.
I noticed that too.
So question. Okay. So when I started, losing weight or whatever, and I had to lose weight because of my A1C level. Okay. So my doctor told me, right, what was what do you say? A healthy amount of weight to lose per week. She told me it was about approximately 2 pounds a week, right?
All right.
A healthy way to lose weight, right? But you're losing more, and that's probably fine. And probably one reason for that is probably a lot of it's probably water weight.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I don't know if you've been
Well, I don't know what kind of
going
work.
to the bathroom a lot. But you know, when you first start losing weight and stuff like that, a lot of times a lot of it is weight. So what I was going to say was, is if that it's not going to be realistic for 2 pounds to be coming off every day. That's going to slow down at some point, but don't be discouraged. As long as you're losing approximately 2 pounds a week, that's normal.
Mhm.
At first, when people lose weight, you know, you're gonna drop it pretty fast because some of it is water weight,
Mhm. Mhm.
right? But then after that, when it starts slowing down, like because I went through this too. At first, I lost a little bit, you know, and then all of a sudden it was getting slower and slower, and I'm like, and you know, and so my trainer was like, look, as long as if you can lose about 2 pounds a week, between 1 and 2 pounds a week, that's actually normal, and you're good. You know, just keep that consistency, right? So I'm just saying that to say that. Look, I'm glad that good Lord, 26 pounds is a lot of weight to drop
Yeah,
off
no matter
within
what
a
that
couple of
tag is
weeks.
on too, I'm glad. But see, what I think too is,
Um,
like I got a customer, she was weighing about, I think she said 450.
wow.
And right now she's like under 165.
Wow.
That's been within a year.
Did
Okay.
she have surgery?
Yeah, the surgery done that, the one
Oh, okay. I was about to say, how in the world?
they
Okay.
tighten
They where they put
the band or something like that.
right. Okay, I was about to say.
But what she had to eat, what I knew before, what she had to eat was, I think they focused on, you could have 2 proteins and 1 carb, and they all like it's all equal to 3 ounces of food.
A little bit of food, right?
Yeah, so I think, it's possible, because it's almost like if your stomach shrinks,
Mm-hmm.
you start taking just a little bit in, it's just that it's
You
helping
don't eat as much.
after the surgery. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I don't have to pay for the surgery. It's just coming off that way. And I think the smaller quantities that we had, and I guess if your own stomach shrinks, then it's
Mm-hmm.
not letting you put but so much in.
Mm-hmm.
But see, they probably also have supplements and stuff. I can't remember if they gave them something, because I know I had another customer before that she was looking good. She started wearing her little scores and stuff like that, but she was having problems with her hair, because all your nutrition and stuff, like whatever you eat goes in your hair and your skin.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Mm-hmm.
her hair she had a big old thick lion mane type of hair, but then
Yeah.
it was all like thin and stuff like that, because it's like you give up one for the other. And I said, but look, you look good in your scores. And I remember we had to do like a really short haircut for her, and
Mm-hmm.
she was like sad. But I think that's why in certain surgeries they take you through these mental things, because people, like, I remember on Oprah one time, the lady fell out crying because she couldn't eat something. Like, okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
they weren't looking good. Their goal was to get skinny. That was your goal. But then
Yeah.
and I think with anything, when you think you got limitations or somebody keeping you away from something, it becomes an issue. Like, like even at church, if they say, oh, y'all, we're gonna fast all day for something. Now you reminded, they say we're gonna fast until dinner time. Okay, you've been not eating all the way to dinner time all this time, but then sometimes you got an assignment, or
Right.
do something, then your mind go crazy. Oh, can you make it to dinner? You're gonna
Right.
like you're gonna really starve, so I think a lot of times your mind, like, play those games against you and stuff. But the cool thing too is I've been writing down in my journal, like we said,
Oh, good.
I've been
Okay.
writing down every day, so I can kind of like see what I've done on a certain day. But I didn't write up there yesterday, I think, about being sick. I should have been jotting that down. Like, I didn't write down, I'm feeling this way. I'm gonna start doing that too. This is how I
Were
feel.
you really sick? Like sick as in didn't feel good?
Like how I feel like you're gonna like you could just even sometimes just get sick, like until you get rid of the taste.
Sick as in about to throw up sick?
Yeah, you could get sick. I felt some of that sometimes, and I felt like
Oh.
I'm walking, right? But you know how, like, you walk and feel like your body don't want to hold itself up or something. I felt like that a few times where I said, well, you know what? I'm gonna work on like some stomach twists and stuff like that, because
Right.
why am I've been standing up forever doing hair, so why am I starting to have problems? Like, feel like I just feel like the next step, I'm gonna have to start doing some kind of
Right.
weights or something, so I can still keep that strong. Because like I was pushing my thing and I was walking, and
Mm.
you have to stop and, okay, let me
That's a lack of energy. So
yeah.
does your doctor know about the challenge that you're doing?
Mm-mm. They don't know nothing. I mean, you can hardly get them to do the stuff they're supposed to be doing. Um, I had another place that said my pressure was up too high. So they had
When?
them some papers. That was like 2 weeks ago, I guess. I was trying to help out this organization, and so I couldn't help them because my blood pressure was too high. And
Was this before you started this challenge?
yeah, it was before I started.
Oh, okay, it was before. Okay.
And then
Okay.
they sent my doctor some paperwork, which I don't know if they sent it back yet, but
Okay.
every time I was trying to do the program,
Mhm.
they said so then they let me go sit somewhere 20 minutes, and I end up then went all that way for nothing. I even
Mhm.
remember sitting in the chair and said, okay, let me meditate my mind. I'm gonna pretend like I'm sitting across a cool thing of water. And then I said, well, don't do no kind of pretending with you moving your arms. You might need to float like the old iced tea commercial, right? You float across and they give you the iced tea. None of that worked.
You are too funny.
My
You are too funny. I just thought about something though when you
okay,
said that.
okay,
Something that I read. Well, the first thing I think you should do, I think you should mention it to your doctor because so that just so your doctor knows you, because when you do stuff like that with your food and stuff, it's your body is missing out on certain things, and your doctor probably can advise you best on that. But I did read something about about sugar levels,
okay,
about when you take protein out of your diet, your sugar levels, which probably could have been why you were feeling like that a little bit, your sugar level may have dropped,
okay.
may possibly. I don't know. That's why I say you probably do need to consult with your doctor just to let your doctor know what you're doing
Mhm.
and let them know how you feel. And they probably could say, hey, well, you felt that way because blah, 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 because, they have the MD behind their name, so they should know.
Right.
I would definitely call so because anytime like I know when it comes to the physical side as far as exercising, right? That side, you shouldn't, yeah, you're trying to get in shape and you're trying to do it physically, or that's a part of it, but you don't need to be feeling like you're about to pass out because you're exercising, right? That's why when you start on a physical regimen, you don't start out running. You start out walking, and you don't start out lifting 100 pounds. You may start out lifting 10 pounds because it's a gradual process, because your body's going through some things. But they always say at the time you're starting something physical, and I would say even switching your whole diet up, because switching your whole diet up by taking something out of it or whatever, your body's going to react to it. And by you, because you kept saying that you were sick. So I'm like, were you sick with a cold, or was you sick because of what you're going through? So if you were sick of what you're going through, I would just out of caution would mention it to your doctor, just so your doctor can say, hey, well, if you haven't eaten meat for 2 weeks, this is probably what's going on with your body, and this is what you can do to correct it. You know what I mean?
I
Like
can
I know,
call and leave a message,
yeah,
say, I'm working on this.
yep,
Can you suggest like some kind of supplements or something?
yeah. What can I do? I'm taking meat out of my diet, right? And I'm doing and like you say, you're doing meat and vegetables, and a lot of times it's just raw or whatever, and so that's a drastic change for your body. And they probably could tell you, what can you, like the protein shakes. Maybe your doctor may say throw a protein shake in there once a day. That'll help get the protein back in your body, which is going to give you your energy back and keep your sugar levels, where they're supposed to be. What, I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean? They can best advise you, because you shouldn't, whether you're physically exercising or changing your diet, none of that should make you feel sick. If you're feeling sick, then your body's telling you. When I used to, because I used to work out heavily, and sometimes I would train other people, and then I would always, always, always tell people, listen to your body. If you're feeling a little dizzy, a little lightheaded, because we're exercising, your body is telling you something. That means slow down, stop, or don't do this or don't do that, but pay attention. Because like I know when you exercise heavily, you're not listening to the body, you can end up passed out on the ground somewhere.
Not time for none of that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I just want to meet my goal. I got time to be at the doctor's, like falling out and all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna look on the back of my little protein thing.
Yeah.
I think one of my things too, I'm being conscious of how much you put in, because I ain't trying to like substitute one thing for the other when you think about calories and stuff like that. But I mean, but even with eating the vegetables and fruits and stuff, like what I was gonna say was that one day, which I think was the day before yesterday,
Mhm.
wasn't feeling well, but I still be moving and still, you still got to work, you got to still do your stuff.
Right.
Ended up eating that day, like I ate like twice of my bean serving, and I think I had a potato to help settle myself down.
Okay.
But I still ate something that was still kind of in the group of what I'm trying to do.
Right.
So
Right.
I think with having it written down, I could kind of go back and say, okay, to kind of figure it out a little bit better and stuff. And
Right.
like you said,
Right.
maybe I could see about what I can add into my shakes, because them shakes been pretty good with just the water and the banana. I mean, it's like
Really?
about this much water,
Okay.
banana. I put a little bit of other fruit in. Oh, and I put like some whole bunch of little like cinnamon I put in there, and I put some ground ginger in it.
Mm-hmm.
That thing it's like I went and bought a shake. You know what I'm saying? It just
Right.
5 ice cubes, and it's really good. It's really
Next time, I'm sure, because it's actually up on the fridge, I believe. I'll show what the shake I use, what I put in my shake.
Okay, all right.
But
Well,
it's all good stuff, and it's all healthy, and it's no added sugar, but I put some other stuff in there. But I'll have it prepared next time.
okay.
And it tastes really good, but I think the key is almond milk. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Almond milk is really good.
almond milk. Yeah, I hadn't even had none of that. So
Wow.
usually, I mean, I'm telling you, it's been really good. And oh, so when you guys go on there too, I'll let you know I put my first little vegan recipe thing on it. I did what they call some smashed potatoes.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I put that on me. We was talking the first time, and so I was
Okay.
talking about that on the way from church, because I was thinking what I was gonna eat in my mind, because I've been doing like my potato and put my little hummus on it. That is so good. Demetrius, your fault with the hummus. I told people in another video, it's Demetrius' fault with this hummus. I got
Oh
40.
my God. I love hummus now.
Yes, yeah. And so these smashed potatoes, I'm not gonna really get into it, but
Yeah.
it made the seasoning. So I was trying to, our one friend had a video about it. And I'm like, girl, you better not mess up my diet. Talking some smashed potatoes. So I went and bought the stuff, and then I was trying to find her video again and found out different people doing the same thing.
Okay.
Okay, this is something we could do as a vegan.
Yeah.
It gives you a whole different taste. Like they like to do it for like football games, or you can eat it as a little side dish. It tastes pretty good, but I will say it is very dangerous. So I knew it was dangerous. I said, you know what? Let me wrap this stuff up and put it in a container for another.
Dangerous? In what way?
As in, you'll want to keep eating all the
Too many calories?
Like if you got 9 on there, you might want to eat all 9. So it was better to take off your 2 and put the other 7 away. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean dangerous. Like you want to just keep eating because it tastes good. So seasonings, the way that they cooked it, you flip them on both sides. I mean, I put it together with the recipe and stuff like that. So I posted that. It might be already up. So that's
okay.
Vegan that we could eat. That
I'll have to take a look at that.
Because we talk about not having boring food too,
right? Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I see
because we're not going to continue nothing if it don't taste good, or if it's boring. You ain't going to continue it for a lifetime.
I bought them carrots. I ate them that one time. Right. I ain't seen them carrots no more. I know they're in there.
Right. And let me say one more thing. Butter. Right. You can use, but there is vegan butter. I don't know what the calories are like in it. It's probably not that bad since it's vegan butter. Like when you mentioned the potatoes, like I'm a person, I love olive oil. You used olive oil?
In the recipe that they used, because it wasn't a vegan idea, just the world doing it, right?
Okay.
Use I think a half a stick of butter. So
they used a half a stick of butter.
But instead of me using a half a stick of butter, I used
olive oil.
Tablespoons of olive oil.
Oh.
I put the whole mixture in there, all the seasoning and stuff, and you mix it up. And then once you smash, like you boil the potatoes, and once you smash them, you kind of like put the stuff, brush it all over across there. You let it cook on 450 for 15 minutes. It gets, and then you flip them, and you do the same thing. It's too good.
It sounds very good.
I bet you I could eat some of that with my hummus.
Yes.
Probably, I said I was gonna look into what people that eat ketchup, like, is it something ketchup? I don't know. But if it's not, you could dip that in ketchup. You can hold it in your hand and eat it. It's good. That's probably why they say it's good for games and
ketchup. I know it's high in sodium. I have to because
no
high blood pressure.
Product, right? No animal stuff in it, just sodium.
I don't think so. But you know what?
I
The
mean,
key,
just to dip something, like if you
yeah,
just dip in and stuff like that, that would be
yeah,
good for my cleansing challenge.
right,
We're saying like if, because first of all, we're trying to cleanse and we're trying to check this vegan stuff. We don't know if this is gonna be our true journey, but it's helping us as we go mentally, and it's
right.
helping us to be consistent about
Hmm.
something,
Hmm.
and see what works for our bodies.
Right.
You say you might turn to be a pescatarian,
I think
but
because I think I could do that for a long haul
hmm
because I'll be getting some meat, fish,
hmm
do they do chicken too?
I think it's all seafood.
It's all seafood,
Mm-hmm.
no
Like,
chicken at all.
mm-mm.
They don't do a leg in
But
there
think
every now and
about
then.
it though. Just think
Uh,
about it.
Right.
You could have one night that you do chicken or whatever. And
That's
your
true.
body still is not overwhelmed. We still have made a big part of cleansing the body, right? We don't have all this stuff in our system, and it's not loaded down with those old things that we was doing every day.
Right.
So even if a person say, okay, I'm gonna be, they don't have to go by the word vegan. They might, or a vegetarian really.
Right.
If they say, okay, I'm gonna be vegetarian for 5 days,
Right.
2 days, I let myself have shrimp or chicken or whatever,
Right.
your body still should be at a better level than where it was
Right.
eating all that stuff and not balancing nothing. And I think
Right.
what I'm learning is more towards it's a balance.
Balance.
I'm doing the cleaning, so I'm dropping all that
Just
extra.
like everything else in life,
It's just balance, so
even in how you eat. Yeah.
so we're gonna get it. So also before we go real quick, it's
Uh-huh.
another young lady she might be joining our challenge for the third week, right?
Okay.
So
Very good.
are catching on and in writing and stuff like that. So I'm excited about that. So we
Okay.
happy. I mean, it's been a battle, but I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to the change, right? So
Yes.
the
Yes.
accountability, I'm excited about that. Me and you being partners, and
Yes.
me
Yes.
and you being partners with the people we don't know that's watching a Sisters Trust. So
That's
we're
awesome.
giving our word, and that helps me too, no matter what. Like, okay, it ain't just for me, it's also for other people to see,
Mhm,
what's
mhm.
going on.
Yes, and congratulations on the 26 pounds. That is,
I don't know how well I ain't put no goal, but I remember a long time ago I used to say I want to be 165, so I might make it. I ain't made no goal like that, but
I need to,
we
I
said
had said 170, so maybe I should say 165. That'd be good. But I
okay.
haven't jumped on the scale yet. I haven't been exercising. See, with the balance with me, it's got to be food and exercising with me. I know how my body operates. I
Mhm,
need exercising along with food
mhm.
I got to change, the food and that's got to balance out for me. And that's how I lose weight, the best way, the healthiest way for me.
Okay.
I have to throw some exercising up in
All right.
there.
Well, we're gonna get it made and everything's go good. So thank you for joining
Yes. Well,
Demetra.
thank you for having me.
And thank you guys for joining us on A Sister's Trust. And make it your best.
Bye.